Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Multiverse Machine. This is episode 4, well, fifth episode because the third one was in two parts, but this is episode number 4. And I've made a few changes to the progression recipes based on some information that I found. The way I had it set up, the let's just look at the recipes real quick. Let's go to Final Power Flower. So this final power flower is used to make the final star. It used to be set up with two recipes where you can either make it with the final compressed collectors, EMC link, and relay, or in 6 relays, or you could make it this way, which uses the previous tier of power flower. I've removed the direct crafting for this power flower because what that would mean is you essentially go through the progression of each collector just 18 times, 9 times for each compressed, and then the progression for the relay 6 times, and then you get the final power flower. Repeat that 8 times over, you get your final star. And yes, that is a bunch of expensive recipes, except that it feels like it skips the rest of the progression, at least with the power flowers. So I've changed it so you actually have to craft each power flower, which does require each collector and relay and EMC link. And again, the EMC links are unchanged from their default recipes. They're not super difficult. But the collectors, I've adjusted the recipes, likewise the relays, and I've gone ahead with and made sure that every power flower needs to be crafted. Now, with that, the recipes need, especially for like the basic collector, will be repeated a lot because for the final you need 18 final collectors and a fading power flower. For the fading power flower, you need 18 fading compressed collectors. But remember that each final collector requires a fading collector. So the way this math worked out is not compounding, which is fortunate, meaning you won't have to craft the basic ones, hundreds of thousands of times, but you will. It increases by 18 for each level down you go. So the basic collector, this recipe needs to be crafted 288 times per final star, or per final power flower. So the early game recipes, I needed to change to something that was much easier than needing netherite. If you remember, the early collectors needed netherite, nugget, then scrap, then ingot. And that was just going to be way too difficult as far as how netherite is available. You either get it through the Orchidagnum or with the mechanism in the game. So you wouldn't even be able to start with the energy collectors until closer to the end game. I didn't really want to do that with this progression system, so I've changed up the recipes. The energy collector Mark 1 is back to its default recipe. So is the Mark 2 and the Mark 3. And these can be directly transformed into their project expansion counterparts. And then, of course, all the way up to Mark 6, or Mark 5 are unchanged. No, Mark 6 are unchanged with their recipes. So you just use the corresponding matter to upgrade it. I might add some extended crafting recipes to these in the future, but for now, they're unchanged. And I'm actually okay with that because each purple collector produces 2,500 EMC a second. It's not that much in the long run. And again, the point of this pack is automation, not crafting, or not to get bogged down in the setup of stuff. The point is to make the machine, not to get the parts for the machine. So I've made that the generation of EMC a little easier. I've also added a recipe to the Colossal Star Omega. So the default recipe is you need 4 of these and all the way down to here, and it turns out to be millions of diamonds. It's a big, long crafting chain, and it is extremely impractical. it would take a long time to autocraft that. So I did add a direct recipe. You just get this one, which is not super cheap, but not crazy, and surrounded by the highest tier of matter. I have also added EMC to all the tiers of matter, because again, this is a super long progression chain that it adds up quick. And autocrafting that, we don't want to spend months and years on an autocrafting system on the super basic stuff. So I've added EMC to the red matter, or all the matter really. And other than that, so that's crafting. A couple other changes I've made. I've added mechanism generators, the mod. I did a little more research. That is a pretty basic add-on to mechanism, and considering that power generation is not available cross-mod in this pack because of the dimensions, you do need a mechanism-based way of power generation, so that's been added. And the last thing is the transmutation interface. Again, this is I've added a recipe, or changed the recipe for this with the goal of the pack in mind. It used to be very expensive. It needed final star shards and all kinds of, and final power flowers and crazy stuff. Essentially, the transmutation interface was almost equivalent to the final star in crafting level, but I've changed it to be much more simple. You need a basic EMC link and an ME interface. Again, the point of this pack is to start automating as quickly as possible. So you shouldn't have to get bogged down in manual crafting or manual EMC generation for very long, because the point is to build a machine, not to craft ingredients. I've also expanded this a little bit and upgraded this to producing dark matter. That's just to help me out. I do plan to put a... well, actually, I could make an energy collector Mark 1 now, but I actually want to wait until I can do all 18 plus the basic EMC link, which is a whole bunch of dark matter, so I can make the basic power flower. So I'll do that off camera, and not during this episode, but for now, these potatoes do work. They're keeping up with our EMC, even though the coal is draining it. You can see that a few more pools have filled up. So I've spent some time off camera, and I am actually going to take this out. And the reason for that is what we're going to do today. So today we're going to expand on our Applied Energistics a little more. And then we're going to we'll get some Tinker's Tool parts set up, and then we're going to explore the matter. So let's go ahead and get started with Applied Energistics. I've not added the crystal growth acceleration yet. I was doing a lot of crafting for what we are actually going to set up today. Is this chest? No. Okay, so that goes right there. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to move the vibration chamber to here, or to here, and rotate it. Yeah, alright, so it's facing the right way. Let's grab white cabling, because remember, white cabling is our main backbone of our system. Let's go ahead and take our extra ME interface, and we will make the transmutation interface. We can always make another EMC link to redo this, but for right now we have plenty of mana, and the only thing draining it actively is the portal. I set up a couple more furnaces, but that's on demand. So we have plenty of mana. We don't need the coal production automatic, so we are going to use the transmutation interface for this. Let's see. We're also going to go ahead and get the rest of what we need to set up. I've got some drives here. We are going to add this. Really want to put it there. but I won't yet. I'll just put it there. Actually, I wonder if channels connect through this. We will find out. It doesn't matter. We've got that set up. We need to add a storage bus here and that. And what this is going to do is this is actually going to let our system, or Applied Energistics system, access our EMC generation. And the main reason why I'm doing this right now is because I'm really tired of getting ingredients from here and then having to switch over to my crafting table to craft. The way we're going to set this up, we should be able to do it all at once in the same interface. So let's go ahead and get these ingredients to make a wireless terminal. And let's get these ingredients. Oops. To get a wireless crafting terminal. And then we will set up our... you know what, let's get some fuel in here. Do those. Right. 2 of 8 channels. Yep, so it looks like this and this are being used. And we're going to set priority on 10,000. And what the priority does is when you put stuff into the system, it's going to try to go into the higher priority first. And when you take stuff out of the system, it's going to come out of the lower priority first. What that means is it's going to try to put stuff into the interface if it can, which means if it has EMC. Otherwise, it'll put it into the drive. If this was something else like a normal chest, it would try to put stuff into the chest. Into the chest first. But if there was some of that same stuff in here, it would try to take out of here first before it took out of there. So essentially, when you take stuff out and put stuff in, it flows into the higher priority place. So let's get a security terminal here. Okay, so channels do flow through here. Let's put our wireless crafting terminal in there. Let's put our is that not the right thing? Wireless access point. That's what we need. Okay, so we do need one of those. We just need another float cable, and we need a good. Let's do that just to get power into here, and put all those in there. And actually, now that we have this set up with the storage, we should see this. Okay. So no power. So here's what happened. I put the stuff in here, and it made the thing really quickly, and put it back in the drive, and now I don't have a way to access it because I didn't make a terminal. So that was kind of a dumb mistake. Have a... Nope. So let's try this again. Great. What's cheaper, making the thing or making? I'm gonna need 3 gold and some quartz. Do I have quartz glass? I do. So let's just do that. Do that. We're gonna get some iron. Do we have the silicon? We need more silicon. Well, now we know that the import bus works, and the other it puts it into the system correctly. While I was crafting all of that stuff up, I crafted dozens of processors, and none of them actually extracted because they would insert into this interface, and there was no storage to go into, so I had to pull them out manually. But now we know that that works. So we're going to put it into this one, and we need 1, 2, 3. We're going to put those in there. Now I need, now I do need power. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep this separated with one of those temporarily. So no channels go through that, but power does. And we should start seeing our hello. Are you gonna send the power? You know what? I'm gonna be right back, and I'm gonna fix this. All right, I'm back. Turns out all I needed to do was actually hook this stuff up to this through a power source. So again, simple mistakes. But I did craft an energy cell and put it right there because sometimes in this machine I was noticing that it would use up all its power and then it'd wait. So it's nice to have a little bit of a buffer. That is going to come in very handy until we have a controller, which does have its own internal storage. But here's our logic processors. And let's go back to the terminal. We need a new terminal. Am I not? Glowstone, of course. See how getting the ingredients and switching back and forth, it just takes too much time. Once we have a way to actually access the inventory, which it looks like we do, we are going to have a much simpler time of all of this. Let's get, oh good, 2 fluix dust, exactly. We need 1 of these and 1 of these. That's a slot there. Oh, not fluix. There. Okay. And ME terminal. Here we go. Let's just pop this right on there. Ooh, wow. Okay, so see, this is connected to our inventory now. We are viewing stored and craftable. So stored and craftable. Well, there's craftable right now, but so what this means is we can pull out 7 dark matter, or we could pull out 31,000 logs, or we could pull out 3,000 skeleton skulls. Anything that's available in the transmutation tablet is available in here. And it is directly connected to our EMC thing. So if we take out all this dark matter, there goes our EMC. We put it right back in, and there it is. Now let's grab, there is somewhere in here 1, so we're going to sort by number of items, scroll to the bottom. Sorry, descending, scroll to the bottom. Here we go. See, look, it didn't even make the processor. It just, putting it into this, just put it directly into this thing. So now that we can, we're going to, and watch this. Gonna craft and come on, do the thing. Please do the thing. You know, I might need to explicitly filter those things. We're just gonna take it out for now. We'll fix it later, or I'll fix it later. But now that we have our calculation press, let's go to access point. Grab this. We'll put, well, we don't even need to do that now. Our access point goes right there. It's gonna go right on top of there. We're gonna put our infinity booster card in here. Nope, we're not. We're not gonna put an infinity booster card in there. We are going to put it in here as soon as we can get some charge. And look at this, we can just put, actually, I'm gonna take these ones back out for now. Now that we have access to this, I could just, we'll put it in. I don't even care right now. We'll do that, and we'll do that, and we will throw sticks away. We do need 1 stick. Just picking up 64 at a time, is there a way to change that? I'm not sure, but we're gonna put all this stuff away that we don't need. And let's make a charger. We didn't need to make one before, but now we do. So let's just grab our 2 fluids and iron. Easy peasy. Not there. We're gonna put this on top of there. And I don't believe this takes a channel. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channels. And 5 channels. Yep. So no channels on here. But we can charge that up. Oh wow. Wow, Wireless out of range. So we gotta link it. Aha, there it is. There's our thing. Now, here's a clever little thing we're gonna do. We're gonna move this. We're going to take that out. We're gonna break this chest. We're going to put the energy cell there. It does not use a channel, so we don't actually need to see it. We're gonna put stone bricks back. And we'll leave this terminal here for now, just as an emergency access, in case this runs out. But let's, put the charger there. It's going to get moved. This is just temporary. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our... Oh, we have it in our inventory. We're going to take an export bus. And we're going to take... Oh, let's use this. Cable. And 1, 2, and put these away, and we're going to take coal, and we're going to put coal as a filter in there. And what that's going to do is it's going to export coal from our EMC, well, inventory, but EMC, and fill up the vibration chamber with it. So now we have unlimited energy for the system fed by the system. So we don't have to worry about running out of energy production now. The only thing we need to worry about is if we do something that used up all the energy available, like that. See, that took up all the energy. And unfortunately, tick acceleration does not work. We've been over that. Coal can go back in here. On that. So let's just check this. 0 out of 200 because it's probably charging the system back up. Yeah, see, there it goes. It's starting to fill up a little bit. I guess that nope, that's full. I wonder what's using the oh, you know what? Cells use a default amount of energy at a time. So I'll need to expand this, and I'll probably do that between episodes. I'll clean up this because this is a big ugly mess. But yeah, now we have. In fact, actually, let's put that and that. The transmutation tab. We have a table here, so we're gonna. Wireless out of range. What? Oh, that's right. Huh. Okay, so this has a very limited range, unless we have our infinity booster, which goes right there. So now we can go over here and open it up, or we can go in here and open it up. So now we have our inventory and our EMC and our crafting table everywhere. And look at how much cleaner our inventory just got.